One of these should work, right? Sound matters even more than video. People will watch a video with poor images as long as it has good sound. If you don't have clean audio, it doesn't matter if you're James Cameron. No one's watching your video. So which mic is the best option for the smartphone storytellers out there? Today we're going to look at 5 of the top options for capturing clean audio when you're filming. We've got the Deity Pocket, we've got the Rode Wireless Go 2, the AnkerWork M650, the DJI Mic, and the Hollyland Lark M1. They all approach mobile audio from a slightly different direction, so which is best? By the end of this comparison, you're going to have an idea of which is going to work best for your needs. One note, the AnkerWork M650 was previously sent to me to beta test, but AnkerWork has had no input into either my initial deep dive or this comparison video. This M650 is still running the beta software, which is slightly different than the shipping software, but we're still going to get a good idea of how it's going to work for you. First, an overview of each of the mics. The DJI mic comes in 2 varieties, either as a single or a dual mic setup. The only difference between the two, aside from the price, is that the dual mic includes 2 mics as well as a handy charging case to hold your microphones and receiver. I've got the dual mic set up on hand, and I have to say it is a great design. The mics auto-pair with the receiver as soon as you drop them into the case, so if you ever have a hiccup with the connection, then you don't need to fiddle with syncing through the menus. You've got the option to either connect the DJI mic receiver directly to your phone or the camera, or you can use either mic as a standalone recorder. The mics both record internally, so as long as you've hit record on the mics, you've got a non-stop recording of whatever you're covering. Where you're going to forget to hit record, there's an auto-record function that starts recording as soon as the microphone leaves the charging case. Each transmitter allows you to capture audio without any additional microphone, but you also have the option to use your own lapel mic if you have one you prefer. Attaching the transmitter to your talent is as easy as using the clip to attach it to their shirt, or you can use the magnets to place it lower on the shirt. The transmitters have an advertised battery life of 5 hours, which can be extended to 15 hours if you utilize the charging case. Each transmitter can record up to 14 hours of audio, so you easily could use these throughout the day and not worry about offloading until you wrap your shoot. You can make adjustments to both transmitters using the OLED touchscreen on the receiver, and you've got a few options to make sure you're getting the best audio possible. There's real-time audio meters, multiple gain controls, as well as an option to record a safety track that runs 6 dB quieter, which really just means that if you have any sudden loud noises, you have an audio track that shouldn't distort. The receiver includes a headphone jack, so you can audibly monitor your audio as you record. One of the great features of the DJI mic is that the receiver connects directly to your camera or your phone, so you don't need to let it dangle by a wire or awkwardly connect it to a tripod. DJI advertises a range of up to 820 feet if you're in an unobstructed environment. Retail price for the DJI mic is $219 for the single microphone and transmitter, or $329 for the dual kit with the charging case. The Hollyland Lark M1 is just one of many options in Hollyland's line of microphones. Just like the DJI, there's 2 versions. The Lark M1 Solo with a single microphone and receiver, as well as the Lark M1 Duo that includes 2 mics, receiver, and the charging case. I've actually been using the Hollyland Lark M1 Solo for a few months now, and I've been very impressed with the results. Actually, my wife has been using it to record some speakers at her women's study, and every week the audio has turned out clean and crisp. The Lark M1 units do not have any internal recording, so if you're looking for something that allows you to continuously record even when your camera's not rolling, this isn't the option for you. When it comes to noise canceling though, the Lark M1 includes a noise canceling mode that we're going to take a look at in our comparison later on. You've got 3 gain control options, so you can adjust the audio levels for whatever environment you're in. Battery life measures in at about 8 hours for the microphone and receiver alone, and it can be stretched up to 24 hours if you use the charging case. There's no screen or receiver on the microphone, so any options you adjust, you're going to need to understand the light indicators on the units. When it comes to other microphone options, the Lark M1 doesn't offer any other options. There's no place to plug in a lapel mic, so if you're using this, then you're going to be clipping it onto the collar of the shirt of your talent. The range is advertised as 650 feet. The Lark M1 retails for $89 for the Lark M1 Solo, or $149 for the Lark M1 Duo. That being said, I've seen these frequently go on sale, and I picked up my units for the Solo for $70 and the Dual for $99. Deity is a well-known name in the world of great, yet budget audio. I was first introduced to them when I started using one of their on-camera shotgun mics, and I was very pleased with the sound. The Deity Pocket is more of a traditional mic and receiver, built to be used in tandem with a lapel microphone. One of the best features of this mic is that it includes a threaded 3.5mm mic input, which means you can connect your lapel and not worry about the wire slipping out. Just like the Lark M1, there's no internal recording here. Your audio rolls when your camera rolls. The Deity Pocket does include their well-loved audio limiter, which helps to keep your audio from clipping even when there's an unexpected loud noise. It does allow you to, as they say, record clean audio worry-free. The receiver includes a 1-inch OLED screen that shows you live level metering as well as other useful details. You're going to get 5 hours of battery life from the Deity Pocket with a range of about 175 feet. There's one caveat of the Deity Pocket. It's discontinued. The Pocket was part of their Connect line of microphones, and due to difficulty in getting the needed resources, Deity discontinued the entire Connect line in 2022. That being said, the Pocket's still widely available and retails for $169 for the microphone or $199 for the mobile kit, which includes a pocket tripod and tripod mount. AnkerWork's a recent entry into the audio space. Known for their line of charging accessories, Anker expanded their line to include webcams, speakerphones, headphones, and now microphones. Targeting the world of remote working, they've begun to create gear that can be used in both small and large workspaces. The AnkerWork M650 is their first wireless microphone optimized for both smartphones as well as computers. The M650 includes a charging case, 2 microphones, and the necessary connections to connect it to either an Android, iPhone, or a PC. Both microphones allow for internal recording in addition to the audio recorded to your camera. AnkerWork advertises that these recordings are completely uncompressed, allowing for cleaner onboard recordings with more latitude when you take the audio back to edit. You're going to get 7 hours of uncompressed record time to each of the microphones. AnkerWork M650 also includes 3 levels of noise reduction, so you can pull out a clean sound even in a less than ideal situation. The included AnkerWork software allows you to manage the onboard recordings, customize functions, as well as adjust the equalizer and other sound-related settings. The receiver includes a beautiful touchscreen to adjust settings as well as live monitor your audio and recording status. You can also plug in a set of headphones directly into the receiver so you can listen to the audio and make sure you're happy with the quality. Like the DJI Mic, the receiver connects directly to your phone so it's not awkwardly dangling by a wire. It almost becomes a part of your phone or camera, keeping your audio controls at a fingertip's reach. Battery life on the M650 clocks in at 6 hours per unit, or 15 if you use the included charging case. The range is up to 656 feet, so you've got a decent range. You can use other lapel microphones with the AnkerWork M650s, but unlike the Deity Pocket, there's no locking mechanism to prevent the mic from coming unplugged. One feature that the M650 has that no other mic offers is that you can change the color of the covers on the transmitters. This allows you to find a cover that matches the clothing you're attaching it to, giving you an opportunity to hide the mic a little bit better. The M650 retails for $249 and includes the full kit. 2 microphones, a receiver, the needed connections, as well as the charging case. As I noted earlier, the AnkerWork units I'm working with are still from the beta test period. Now, from all reports I've seen, the hardware is the same on both the beta and the shipping units. The biggest change I'm aware of is they changed their noise canceling system, improving both the terminology as well as its performance. As a result, it wouldn't be fair for me to measure the noise canceling on these units, as it's not representative of what's shipping today, so I'm not going to be reviewing that. I will mention though, that when I did use the noise canceling on the beta units to test it out, it was impressive with the amount of background sound it was able to pull out. But I will note that there was a slight impact to the audio quality. Just be aware that it's offered on the shipping units, and from all reports, it's only been improved. I'm planning to do an updated deep dive into the AnkerWork M650 mics once I get the shipping software. Rode is one of the most well-known names in audio these days. From entry-level to high-end professional microphones, you're going to find Rode microphones in use on sets all over. The Rode Wireless Go 2 is well-renowned and widely used by videographers and filmmakers. The Rode Wireless Go 2 comes in 2 versions, either the Rode Wireless Go 2 or the Rode Wireless Go 2 Single. The biggest difference between the two is that the Single only includes, you guessed it, a single transmitter. There's no stock charging case for the Rode Wireless Go 2, but quite a few companies are offering aftermarket charging cases that you can add if you so choose. You're able to control the level of your audio through gain controls. There's no noise canceling, but you can use the included Rode Central software to dial in your audio settings and activate a safety channel, so you're protected against unexpected spikes in your audio levels. The software also allows you to make fine adjustments to your gain controls, so you can get your recording settings exactly where you want them. The software is both on desktop and mobile, so you're free to make adjustments at the drop of a hat. You also use the Rode Central software to trigger onboard recording. The Rode Wireless Go 2 allows you to record either compressed or uncompressed audio, giving you the freedom to optimize the quality of the audio and record times. When recording uncompressed, you're going to get 7 hours on each transmitter. If you choose to go the compressed route, you can record a whopping 40 hours of audio before you need to offload. If you don't offload it before filling up the transmitter somehow, it automatically deletes the oldest audio in order to continue to record. Each block of audio is up to 30 minutes long, which means the transmitter breaks up the audio as it goes along. This way, if something goes wrong, you're not going to lose everything you recorded, just that single block of audio. The receiver includes an LED screen that displays live levels from each of the attached transmitters, as well as battery life and the strength of the connections. You've got an advertised range of 656 feet line of sight. The Rode Wireless Go 2 retails for $299, while the Rode Wireless Go 2 Single retails for $199. Alright, small recording update. The day that I'm recording this, Rode just announced the Rode Wireless ME, a more affordable version of the Rode Wireless Go 2. While these are not out in the wild yet for testing, they're based on the physical design of the Rode Wireless Go 2, so I'd expect similar results in terms of quality. The biggest difference that I've seen so far, aside from price, is that they've placed a microphone on the receiver so the person who's operating the camera can essentially be mic'd up without requiring an additional transmitter. They've also dropped the screen on the receiver, but if you're using the Rode Connect app, then it's not really necessary and you can see all the same details in the app. They're launching it at $149 for a single receiver and transmitter. I hope to get my hands on these to test them out, but be aware that it's another potential option. Alright, so those are the details, and now you get an idea of what features each mic has. But the real question is, how do they sound? So it's time to test. How are we going to do this? Since this is Smartphone Storytellers, I'm expecting the majority of you guys are going to be using these with a smartphone. I'm not recording this training on a smartphone, but I want you to get an idea. So here's how it's going to go. I'm going to run through each of the mics and each of the settings to give you guys an idea of how it sounds, and at the end we're going to look at them, figure out which sounds the best, and what's going to work best for your use case. So let's go. Right now, this is the AnkerWork M650, just in its base mode. Don't have any noise canceling on, don't have anything special going on, and you can get an idea of what the audio sounds like. So this is entirely the mic. Wouldn't matter if I walked 30 feet that way or stayed right here. What you're hearing is this and not the phone. So gives you a good idea of kind of what it sounded like. All right, so now what you're hearing is the DJI mic. I've got the gain at 0, just pulled it right out of the case, plugged it into my phone, nothing special happening otherwise. You can still hear a little bit of the background sound, but you should be hearing my voice pretty clearly. But I'll let you be the judge of audio quality as we compare it to the other mics. And now we're using the Hollyland Lark M1. I don't have noise canceling on right now. We're going to try that in a second. This is, once again, just straight out of the case. Have not adjusted the gain, have not adjusted any settings, just plugged it in and turned it on and started recording. So this is what it sounds like with no noise canceling. And so now this is it with noise canceling. I will say it did actually get a little quiet around here. The kids that were playing moved a little bit further away. But in general, there is some rain hitting around me. There's still a couple of animals going and birds chirping. So this will give you an idea of probably the lowest level of noise canceling that you would have. There's not a ton of noise to cancel, but it should have isolated my voice just a little bit more. All right, now we're using the Rode Wireless Go 2. You should be hearing my voice pretty clearly as before. You might hear there's a woodpecker who just came out of nowhere, because nothing's consistent in the wild in terms of sound. That wasn't there before. And now it is also raining on me. So there might be a couple extra sounds that weren't in there before, but in general, you should at least be able to check the audio quality of my voice to hear what it sounds like in a wide open space. There's not a wall near me, so this is not quite the wilderness, it's a local park. You get the idea. All right, last but not least, this is the Deity Pocket. I've got my gain set pretty low, nothing special going on otherwise. I'm not leaning into the best feature of this, which is putting a lapel microphone onto it with that locking connector. Just using the onboard microphone in the transmitter, just to see kind of what it sounds like out of the box. So obviously, you've got headroom in terms of increasing your audio quality if you really wanted to, with further investment, but otherwise this is going straight into the phone with nothing special going on otherwise. Let's head back to the studio one more time to figure out which is best for what you guys need. So which one's the best? Which one should you go with? Who's getting your hard-earned money? If I were you, I'd buy... Okay, so it's not that easy. It really depends on your needs. So I'm going to lay out 3 solutions depending on who you are. You don't care about bells and whistles, you just want clean audio for your videos. I'm going to be honest. All of these mics are great options. If you can pick up any of them on a deal, you're not going to regret your decision. But if you're just wanting clean audio and don't care about the extra features, go with the Hollyland Lark M1. These are incredibly simple to use and provide a crisp, clear sound. While they lack onboard recording, if you're using your smartphone for your video production needs, then you most likely are aiming for simplicity. That's not a bad thing. The fact that you can plug these mics into your camera and just jump right in is a huge asset. And for the majority of the types of videos that I do, these are perfect. The fact that you can regularly find them on sale only strengthens them as an option. One thing to note, I recently had an issue using a set of these with an Android phone, so if you use an Android, then check the approved device list to confirm the compatibility. You want the maximum amount of control over your sound and want the ability to optimize the audio to your heart's content. If you love tweaking settings to perfectly optimize the quality to match your voice and environment, and you're not scared to get your hands a little bit dirty with the nitty-gritty, then go with the Rode Wireless Go 2. These are already great options right out of the box, but the fact that you can dig into the settings and use the Rode Connect app means you can change the settings to capture exactly the sound of audio that your ears prefer. The software isn't for the faint of heart, but for the amount of control that it gives you, it means that you can be the sound engineer of your dreams. The only major downside is that by default, you need to use the app to start your recordings. There is an option inside of Rode Connect to change how you fire a recording, so you'll need to manually change this if you want the recording to be a bit more convenient. You want the best and fully featured gear that's going to grow with your skills. This one's a toss-up. It's between the DJI mic and the Rode Wireless Go 2. Both mics are easy to use right out of the box, but offer features that you can grow into as you develop your skills and think outside the box. The DJI mic has a better footprint if you're placing the mic directly on the collar of the Talon, and the physical controls of the DJI transmitters are much nicer. One of the nice features of the DJI is that when you click the button to record, the unit vibrates slightly to let you know that it's rolling. When you stop the record, it does the same thing. This is incredibly nice because you have a confirmation that your internal recording is rolling and you're good to go. Even if you're not using the receiver, you know that you're recording. Additionally, the fact that the receiver integrates so well with your camera or smartphone means that it is a much more pleasurable experience. Plus, that charging case is a work of art. On the flip side, if you still want the extra controls while still having all the features, you're not going to go wrong with the Rode Wireless Go 2. There are ways to integrate it into your camera rig so it's not dangling on a wire. You just need to build out your camera rig a bit more. Otherwise, you need to hold it onto your hand or let it dangle. Outside of that, the audio sounds great from the device, and the fact that you do have the vast amount of controls means that if you ever find yourself in a tough situation with your audio, you can try to troubleshoot solutions through tweaking the settings. Plus, Rode is a workhorse when it comes to audio, so you know you're going with a brand that's proven themselves to be reliable. Plus, as long as you don't mind slightly compressed audio that most people aren't even going to notice is compressed, 40 hours of space is pretty insane. No matter what, you cannot go wrong with any of these mics. They're all great mics. All of them have a clean sound, they're simple to use, and they integrate beautifully with the phone right out of their case. It really comes down to what your budget is and what features are important to you. So here's a question. Did I miss any mics that you've had your eye on? Drop them in the comments, and I'll keep my mind in them for the next audio review. If you haven't yet, subscribe for more great content to help you tell stories using your smartphone. Remember this, though. In the end, it is not about the gear. It's about the story. The gear simply is a tool to help you more effectively communicate your story. See you later. Really comes down to what your budget is. Why you go off?
My mic sounds like. Still a squirrel behind me. Afraid he's going to jump on me in a second because he keeps getting closer. Hey, buddy.